Hello everyone! In this lesson we will learn how to move our WordPress website. To be more specific, we will learn how to move our website from one domain to another, or from one hosting company to another. Because oftentimes you will build and create your WordPress website at one location that is more private and that the general public doesn't know about. And then once you've completed building the website, then you'll want to move it to another location, like your real.com domain, for example. Now, if you've never moved a website before, it might sound like a really intimidating task or a really complicated task. However, if we use the right tool for the job, moving a website is super easy. So right now, let me walk you through the steps I would take if I wanted to move my WordPress website. Okay, so here's my website, and remember towards the beginning of the course, I used SiteGround as my web host and used the free 3-month student hosting plan, which comes with this placeholder domain. And let's imagine that at this point I'm happy with my website and I want to begin using my own real unique .com domain instead. So for example, instead of brads1.sitegroundedu.site, maybe I want bradsamazingwordpress.com or bradsharesthebestrecipes.com. You get the idea. So what you'll want to do is log into the user account area of whichever web host company you're using. So in my case, I'm using SiteGround, but you might be using Bluehost or DreamHost or HostGator or any other web host. But the point here is let's go ahead and sign in to the user account area. So if you're like me and you're using SiteGround, let's just use this top right login button. Every web host company is different, so there's no way for me to predict exactly what your screen will look like, but the same general concepts should apply here. So if we want our own custom .com domain, that's going to cost us a bit of money, and that's true regardless of which web host we're using. Now, if you're like me and you were using a free trial account up until this point, you have two options forward. Option 1 is to renew or upgrade your free account and your free website into a paid premium account. And option number 2 is to just create a brand new website and a brand new hosting account altogether. Now, when it comes to choosing between option 1 and 2, I would always just choose whichever one is the better deal or the better price. So within SiteGround, if you want to renew or upgrade your existing website, you would just click on My Accounts up at the top here. Here's the hosting account for the test domain that I've been using throughout this course. So option 1 would be to click Renew or Upgrade here. However, at this moment, as I'm recording this lesson, the better deal to be had is if we click this Add Services link in the top here. And instead of renewing our free account, it's a better deal if we just create a new account entirely. So again, from this Add Services page, we can use this most affordable plan. So we can click this Order Now button. Then you would just scroll down and finish filling out the form, and then wait a few minutes for your hosting company to send you a confirmation email. Then within your new hosting account, you'll want to install WordPress. Most hosting companies will make that very simple to do. They will likely ask you what software you want to work with, and you just choose WordPress. Okay, so then that new WordPress empty canvas website will live at your real.com domain. So as an example, here's a brand new copy of WordPress. If we look in the address bar, we can see that no, I did not just buy bradsamazing.site.com, but we can pretend. We can imagine that this is the new domain I want to use going forward, right? So if I jump back to my old WordPress website, remember it was brads1.sgedu site. So this new empty copy of WordPress is brads2.sgedu. And at the moment, this brand new WordPress website is an empty canvas. So if I jump into my admin area and click on Pages, we can see that it doesn't contain any pages. And if I click on Posts, it only contains the 2 starter posts that WordPress creates for us. So the question becomes, how can I efficiently move over all of this content from my old original WordPress website? How can I move over all of my pages and recipes and travel blog posts and photographs? How can I move over all of that content into this new WordPress instance in a quick and painless fashion, right? Because it wouldn't be any fun to recreate a website click by click again. We don't want to have to recreate each page and post and reset each setting and upload each photo again one by one. That would take forever. So luckily, there's a much quicker way to do it, and I will show you that way right now. So jump back to your original website that you've been working on throughout this course, and let's jump into the admin dashboard area. And within the left-hand sidebar, click on Plugins. We want to install a new plugin, so go ahead and click Add New. All right, and from this screen, let's use this top right field to search for a plugin. And we are looking for All-in-One Migration. So here it is, the first result. It has over 400,000 active installs. And I can tell you from real experience that this plugin is amazing. So let's go ahead and click Install Now. Once that completes, then click Activate. And now we will notice a new option in our sidebar towards the bottom named All-in-One WordPress Migration. So go ahead and click on that. We see the title of this screen is Export Site. Perfect. Let's go ahead and use this menu down here that reads Export To. And if we click on it, let's use the File option. So Export to File. And then go ahead and click on this download link. Now, depending on the speed of your internet connection and also how many photos you uploaded to your WordPress website, this could take anywhere from 10 seconds to 30 minutes. But once your download finishes, you can go ahead and click the Close button here. And then look within your computer's Downloads folder or wherever you just saved that downloaded file to. So in my case, I will go into the Downloads folder. And here's the file that I just downloaded. Okay, perfect. So now all I need to do is import this file within my new WordPress website. So over in this other web browser, here's my brand new WordPress project. Remember, this is the one where currently if I go into the dashboard and click on Pages, it doesn't have a single page because this is a brand new empty WordPress canvas. Okay, so right now what we want to do is import that content that we just exported from the old website. So within your new WordPress, let's navigate to the Plugins screen. So click on Plugins from the left-hand sidebar. We want to install that same All-in-One Migration plugin. So let's click Add New. From this screen in the top right field, let's type All-in-One Migration. Here it is again, the first result. Let's go ahead and install. And then activate. And now in the sidebar within this All-in-One WP Migration option, if we hover over it, instead of Export, let's click on Import. All right, and now it's as simple as clicking this Import From menu and choosing File, so Import From File. And then just navigate to your computer's Downloads folder or wherever you saved that exported file just a moment ago. So here it is. I will select that file. And be patient. Depending on the speed of your internet connection, this could take quite a while. But once it does complete, then click this Continue button. And at this point, we are 99% done. On a lot of web hosts, we will be good to go at this point. But if we want to play it safe, we can follow this one last bit of instructions. So basically, we can just click Close here. And then in our left-hand sidebar, towards the bottom, hover over Settings. And from the pop-out menu, click Permalinks. Now we did just import the database from the old WordPress website, so it's common to need to sign in again here. And it's important to point out here that you will need to use the username and password from your old original WordPress website, not the new username and password that you set up for your new site. But once you do sign in, you'll be taken to this permalink settings screen. What you want to do is temporarily switch to another option and then scroll down and click Save Changes. and then just immediately set it back to whatever you had it at or whatever setting you prefer, and then just click Save Changes again. Again, that step is not necessary on all web hosts, so really I wouldn't even bother with that unless your website is acting funny after the import. But on some web hosts, it is necessary, and really all that it's doing is regenerating your permalinks. But yeah, after that, we should be good to go. So now if I jump over to the front-facing website for this brand new WordPress site, perfect. We can see that all of my content was successfully imported and copied over. So check out the address bar. This is the brand new Brad S2, and I can go ahead and use these links to jump to the photo gallery page. So I'm still on the Brad S2 site. I can click on one of these thumbnails. Perfect. So you can see that that plugin makes it very simple to move WordPress sites from one location to another. Now at this point, the core of my new WordPress website is running perfectly, but before we bring this lesson to a close, let's not forget about any third-party services that we are relying on. So for example, if I click onto the Contact Us page, remember to prevent spam bots from filling out our contact form, we are relying on the service named ReCAPTCHA. Remember a few lessons ago when we first set up ReCAPTCHA, we had to generate secret API keys that were tied to the domain name we were using. So in this case, because my new website is Brad S2 instead of Brad S1, the ReCAPTCHA API keys are outdated. So all I need to do to fix this is log in to the ReCAPTCHA service. So in a web browser where you are signed into your Google account, just perform a Google search for Google ReCAPTCHA. From this screen, I will click Get ReCAPTCHA. Okay, from this screen, you will see a list here of all the websites where you are using ReCAPTCHA. I just have the one, so let me click on it. And now if I scroll down to this key settings area, all I need to do is update this domains field. So I can either add my new domain on a new line, or if you're not going to be using your old site anymore, you can just remove that and replace it with your new domain. So I could just change this to a 2, but I want my old website to keep working for just a while longer. So on a new line, I'll just say brads2.sgedu.site. All right, but you would use whatever your new domain name is. Okay, and then down here in the bottom right, click Save Changes. Now it might take 5 seconds or it might take 5 minutes, but if we jump back to our brand new WordPress website and refresh the contact page, perfect. So now the ReCAPTCHA field is working on our brand new website. Okay, so that takes care of the ReCAPTCHA service, but we were also using the Discuss service to handle our website's comments. So let's go ahead and tell Discuss about our new domain as well. So if you visit discuss.com and then sign in with your account, once you navigate to this admin screen for your website, then let's click this Edit Settings button. All right, and from this screen, let's look at this website URL field. Right below this field, we see a bit of text that reads, Changing Domains, Learn How. So let's click on that. And then let's use this domain migration tool. So let's click here, then look for the Next Step button. So click that. Okay, and now within this small field right here, just go ahead and update this from your old domain to your new domain. So in my case, all I need to do is update this 1 to a 2, but in your case, you would enter your new .com domain, and then click Next Step, and then click this Confirm Migration button. Okay, and now this screen does warn you that it might take up to 24 hours to complete, but in my experience, it updates almost immediately. So if I jump back to my brand new WordPress website and click on Travel, and then click on Trip to the Midwest, if I scroll down to the comments area, here we can see that example comment that I left several lessons ago. Okay, so perfect. That means the Discuss plugin is working on our new WordPress website. And obviously, if you are using any other third-party services that rely on your domain, you might need to perform similar steps and either update a setting or regenerate a key. like I just did for ReCAPTCHA and discuss. And that's actually going to bring this lesson to a close. In our next lesson, we will look at a few next steps we can take to continue developing our WordPress skills. It should be a lot of fun. Let's keep things rolling, and I will see you in the next lesson. Hello, everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about next steps you can take to continue developing your WordPress skills. Because while we have come to the end of this course, I don't want to leave you hanging. I want to give you clear paths forward to continue growing. First, let's review what we've learned so far in the course. We learned how to use WordPress to create as many pages as we would like. We learned how to create as many blog posts and blog categories as we would like. We learned how to create a photo gallery. And we learned how to create an interactive contact page. Now, those are the building blocks for most websites, but sometimes you'll want to do more. Now, there is an infinite number of different things you might want to do with your website, so I can't possibly prepare you for every scenario, but what I can do is let you know the steps that I take personally when I want to do something new or custom or unique with my WordPress websites. So here are the steps and/or topics that we will review throughout the remainder of this lesson. We will go through these one by one in detail, and let's start up at the top with Googling. Okay, so the first thing I want to stress here is that the WordPress community is absolutely huge. About 27% of the entire web runs on WordPress. So this means whenever we want to do something with WordPress but we aren't sure how to do it, chances are someone on the internet has already asked the same question we have and they've already received an amazing answer. So whenever I need to do something with WordPress but I don't know how to, I just Google for WordPress, how do I blank? Where blank is obviously whatever you're trying to achieve. Now I know Googling and clicking on random search results can be stressful because you don't know which websites are safe to visit. So here's a list of my favorite websites. If you see any of these domains in your Google search results, I'd recommend clicking on them right away. Codex.wordpress.org. This is the official WordPress documentation website. Stack Overflow. WordPress.stackexchange.com. YouTube.com. WordPress.org/support. That's the official WordPress message board or forum. CSStricks.com, and WPBeginner.com. Now, by all means, I'm not saying that if a website isn't on this list, you shouldn't visit it. I'm not saying that at all. These are simply websites that have great reputations, are safe, and that I've had positive experiences with. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to cover in this lesson, which is simply never underestimate the power of Google. There's a running joke that web developers basically make a living for Googling all day. And there's definitely some truth to that joke. So at this point, now that we've worked through this course together and you have a general understanding of the WordPress vocabulary and how the puzzle pieces fit together, now the world is yours. All this information is at your fingertips, and with your new WordPress vocabulary, I think you'll understand more of it than you give yourself credit for. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is free plugins versus premium plugins. Let me begin by saying that throughout this entire course, all of the plugins that we've used have been free plugins. So from the admin dashboard within the left-hand sidebar, when we click on plugins and then we click on add new, this collection of thousands of plugins that we can search through, these are all free plugins. There is, however, a whole other separate world of premium plugins. A premium plugin costs money but offers more advanced features than a free plugin might have. Now, if I just said that all the plugins we see on this screen are free, you might be wondering, where can we find the premium plugins? Well, there is not a single unified list of all premium plugins. Instead, they are scattered throughout the web, each with their own website. You purchase a premium plugin through an external third-party website. And once your purchase order is complete, you'll be given a zip file which contains the plugin. You save that zip file to your computer, and then back in your WordPress admin dashboard, if you click on plugins in the left-hand sidebar, and then click on add new, Now you can leverage this Upload Plugin button. So when you click on that button, then you simply select the zip file that you were given from the publisher of the premium plugin that you purchased. Now I do want to bring something to your attention before you go out and start purchasing any premium plugins. So with free plugins, all of the plugins that we can search through the WordPress admin dashboard, amongst those thousands of free plugins, we can rest assured that the WordPress team has reviewed and approved each plugin. This means that the free plugins have been reviewed and scanned, and they are indeed safe and don't contain any malicious code that could display secret ads on our website or steal our passwords or anything else evil like that. We do not get that same peace of mind with premium plugins. Since each premium plugin lives on its own third-party website, it's up to us to do our own research and determine if the publisher of a premium plugin is reputable and trustworthy. So off the top of my head, I know that Pippin's Plugins and Elegant Themes are two examples of reputable, trustworthy premium plugin creators. I'm not affiliated with them, they're just well known and have great reputations. Now there are countless other trustworthy premium plugin creators, but you get my point. It's a matter of word of mouth and searching for reviews of plugins and companies on Google. So long story short, I would always begin by searching for a free plugin, and only if you cannot find a free plugin to do what you need to do, only at that point would I venture into the premium plugin market. And then before you reach for your credit card to buy the premium plugin, first make sure that the company you're buying from is reputable and trustworthy. Usually a quick Google search for "is blank legit" will do the trick. Okay, now changing gears, next let's talk about free themes versus premium themes. Now this is basically the exact same situation as free plugins versus premium plugins, so I'm not going to repeat literally everything. However, if we go into our admin dashboard and click on Appearance in the left-hand sidebar, and then click Add New to add a new theme, all of these themes that we can search through from within our WordPress admin area, these are all free themes. But there's a whole other world out there of premium themes. So just like with plugins, I recommend searching through the free themes, but if you can't find a free theme that you like, then it might be time to venture into the premium theme market. So just like premium plugins, premium themes live on third-party websites. So once you find a premium theme that you like and you complete your purchase order, again, they will give you a zip file, which contains the theme, and then back in your admin dashboard, if you just click on Appearance and then Add New, now you can leverage the Upload Theme button and just select the zip file of the theme that you purchased. Okay, so at this point so far, we've talked about Google researching when it comes to WordPress. We've discussed premium plugins and premium themes. And with just those three tools, a lot of people are able to create a job or business or career for themselves of creating WordPress websites for clients. There is, however, another way to create even more unique or custom solutions with WordPress, and that is to create your own theme. So if you don't love any of the themes you've looked at, whether they are free or premium, and you want 100% control over the way things look, your best bet is to simply create your own new theme yourself. Now, creating a theme does require you to learn how to write code, so this option is not for everyone, but I can say that it's not nearly as scary as it might sound. Now, if this route of coding and creating your own themes sounds interesting to you, here's the path that I would recommend. So first, before worrying specifically about WordPress themes, begin by learning the basics of two computer languages named HTML and CSS. These two languages have nothing to do with WordPress specifically, but instead, these are the two languages that every website on the planet is created from. There are tons of excellent guides on the internet to help you learn HTML and CSS. Now, once you're comfortable with HTML and CSS, then you can look for a guide to WordPress theme files and a language named PHP. I know those last couple of sentences might have sounded like meaningless technobabble, and again, the coding path is not for everyone, so don't feel like you need to follow it. But if it's something that you are at all interested in, I really encourage you to give it a go. Because I've taught coding to countless people, and one of the most common things I hear back is, hey, this is really difficult, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Anyways, long story short, you don't need to be a genius to get into code, and on the other hand, nor do you need to code to be an insanely successful WordPress creator. So the choice is yours. Follow the path that sounds the most interesting to you. Okay? And that's going to bring things to a close. I encourage you to keep experimenting, keep building new things, and most importantly, take advantage of the course's discussion features to ask myself and your fellow students any questions you might have. WordPress is all about community, so let's continue to share our best tips and tricks and resources with each other. I want to thank you for coming along on this journey. We all speak the same basic WordPress vocabulary now, and I'm excited to see what you create with it. Remember to have fun during the process and maybe help a friend or family member get started themselves. Because a lot of people would love to create websites, but they don't know where to begin. And you teaching them WordPress is one of the best ways for you to keep learning yourself. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you around.